What?
You just have one of those T-shirt launchers, like at a Magic game, and you're just shooting bouquets of flowers and expired listing packages over people's doors.
It's actually not a bad idea. I wonder how much those are. Welcome back to The Walkthrough, where we walk you through this week's trending topics in real estate. I am your co-host, moderator, and captain of BAM, Dan Oneil, coming to you live from Long Island, New York, and I am down bad. The Islanders are down 2-0 in the first round of the playoffs. Whoops! Read last week's intro. We're back. We're only down 3-2. We have life. I am pumped up. We have an incredible episode today. And hold on 1 second. We're down 3-2. We got life. We're coming back. The boys are buzzing. This episode is going to be unbelievable. And look at this. We are back, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Speaking of die-hard Islander fans, we also are joined. I'm about to pass out. We are also joined by the guy behind the guy, Eric, the broke agent. Eric, how are you? And are you excited to see me this week?
I am fantastic. I'm pumped to see both you and Ken next week at the Mastermind in Naples. It's going to be incredible.
I'm excited to see you as well. We are also joined by the YouTube GOAT, the man who texted me just 2 days ago saying he felt off that he has only done millions of dollars in revenue this year, coming to us live from Orlando, Florida, Mr. Ken Pozek. Ken, how are you, and are you excited to see me this week?
I'm most excited to see you this week and probably kick your ass at golf.
Oh.
All right, and last but certainly not least, the only person who will not be in Florida with us this week, coming to us live from God's country, Charleston, South Carolina, Miss Marley Presswood. Marley, how are you, and how sad are you that you're not going to be with us this week?
I'm not sad at all.
All right.
Yeah, I'm actually stoked to not be with you guys.
Good start.
I'm glad it's not.
You'll never be back on the show again, ever.
Charleston.
This is Marley's last episode here on the walkthrough, so everybody wave goodbye to her. As we move on, though, just totally kidding, kind of not really. We are talking YouTube Shorts, what agents need in their car, a viral video. Houses are just falling off cliffs everywhere you turn, and much, much more. But before we do, make sure you like and subscribe. And thank you, everybody, for all the love and support. I am incredibly lightheaded after that intro, so thank you, everybody, as always. All right, topic number 1, 2 homes sliding off of cliffs in Utah. Let's play the clip here, and then we'll get into it. I need to take a breath.
This was on Zillow Gone Wild.
Oh my gosh. What?
Oh, my God.
My goodness.
You like don't want to I get sad, right? Like you don't want to laugh, but like
No one was living in there. No one was in there.
What was going on?
So a little bit of context here, a little bit of background. So 2 homes, as we just saw, basically just melted off of a cliff. They were vacant, thank God. And basically, they slid off of the shifting grounds because of breaks in the foundation and because of basically the builder knew. So they evacuated the area, which is good. They also did right by the builder was refunding money and paying for other things. So thank God nobody was hurt. So we can laugh and kind of smile about it. But I mean, what an absolutely insane kind of scene. Fortunately, like I said, forget Eric.
I think that was Brooks Landry's listing actually that just completely collapsed out of nowhere. No, this actually took place. It was 2 vacant homes in Draper, Utah. Paige Steckling, who was on the walkthrough last week, texted me about it and connected me with someone who was either an agent or had something to do with the developer. We texted him, and then he just stopped responding. So, but it seems like Edge Homes, the developer, has done right by everybody. They have put people in community homes. There were investigations about this in October because there was shifting ground, I guess, and then they actually evacuated everybody in December. So no one was hurt by this, but this was one of the most viral videos that I've seen this week. Like, so many people sent me this, and Zillow Gone Wild is just an absolute monster in the game. But I think, Dan, we wanted to kick it to Marley and Ken and see Because didn't you walk in on your listing? It was on fire once.
Yeah, so we wanted to kind of spin this into kind of like, can you imagine like being an agent and walking or showing a house and like it's literally just sliding off of the mountain? So one of the craziest things I've ever had experienced to me, Haley, if you could put the picture up here, is I went to go show a house in, I'm not gonna say the town, and the house was actually like burning down in front of me. Like
That is so
literally,
crazy.
like that's literally I guess we're not seeing it, right? The house, thank God nobody was hurt again. But yeah, pulled up to show the house, and it was literally just burning to the ground. And yeah, I was mortified. Didn't really know what to do. I didn't know if I should put the fire out, right? Like, like, should I throw some water on it? Does water make it worse? I don't know.
You could. Well, do you want to buy the land? Like, were you planning on building? You could have. It just helps.
This is a great lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The house is burning down, and people are running out of the house, and I'm just
you don't have to
frozen.
Polish it. Sorry,
You could do a classic "the market is on fire" joke. Also, we're just doing a reel standing outside.
Yeah, while the house is burning to the ground.
Yeah.
What Ken? What's the craziest thing maybe you've ever seen on a showing or a listing appointment? Anything?
Man, not as much since I've lived here in Orlando, believe it or not. But when I sold in Detroit, it was constant drugs and guns. It got to be where it was just a normal kind of thing, where you're just like, all of a sudden you're walking through and there's just drugs hanging out, coke and yeah. So that's why I live in Florida now, believe it or not.
I mean, I couldn't imagine going on a showing and having Marley in Charleston. I mean, what's the craziest thing you've seen? That's God's country. It's probably
I just saw multiple drug deals recently. I told my clients they wanted this freaking house in North Charleston, and I was like, "Oh, did you look up like all the information about this area? Because it's you need to know. I can't tell you what goes on." So as we're FaceTiming here, I'm like, "Oh yeah, like just let you know, like I'm driving there, and like that's a drug deal. That's a drug deal. Like, all right, here it is. Great Airbnb. Let's go."
Those are small business people, Marley.
Yes.
How dare you?
Gotta make a living.
Well,
all right.
she didn't understand, but I haven't had anything crazy. No house burning down. I've had a woman that would not get out of her bedroom. She was in the master bedroom. She would not get out of it during the showing, which was really awkward. And some holes in the ceiling, but that's it.
One time I had accidentally let a dog out, a German Shepherd, and this guy just took off. I don't know why he wasn't like caged or anything, but I was in a full suit. I must have
Caged.
Are you sure that wasn't staged, Dan?
No, it was not staged. They left their dog out, and I accidentally let him out, and he bolted. So I had to run up, like no drug deals or anything, but I had to chase after a German Shepherd. I've had the craziest shit happen to me.
So you had a German Shepherd. So I had this as well. So I was showing a house in living in Michigan, and there's a dog in the basement that they hid down there. I didn't know it was even down there. I heard it growling. I'm running up the stairs. I'll show it to you in Naples. I got stitches on my leg from the German Shepherd grabbing my ass. God. And yeah, it was good times.
It was dragging you around?
Just like going up the stairs, like just gnawing at me. And I was just like screaming. So through my pants, I had to get stitches. That's how bad it was.
You know what I'd be doing?
Cha-ching,
cha-ching. Yeah. I'd be like, here, buddy, here's my left calf. Chew a little harder. I'd be drawing a little bit more blood.
Really, your client, like, hey, will you finish the bite? Just rip it open.
Eric, I know you wanted to give Samir a shout out, but Zilla Gone Wild, they do an incredible job of posting all of these, and it's one of my favorite accounts to follow, aside from you.
Yeah, Zillow Gone Wild just completely destroyed bad real estate picks, which I came out with 7 years ago. So this guy, Samir, has 1.7 million followers, and he has like an entire media conglomerate going on here. He's got Celebrity Home Shopping. He's got Samir. He's got Zillow Gone Wild. I think there's there's like a third account as well, but this guy's one of like the OG Instagram creators. He started Kale Salad, which is an original meme account. Do you guys remember that account? Like when Fuck Jerry and the Fat Jewish came out in 2012, Kale Salad was one of them. Pardon my language, but Fuck Jerry is the name of the account. It's one of the most popular meme accounts ever.
I met him this summer. Like he was
Jerry.
But
or whatever his name is.
What's his real name?
What's his name?
I have no idea. You think I remember?
You didn't say, like, hey, what's your name?
No.
Didn't happen.
Did he know you?
Sounds like this didn't happen. But anyway, this account basically from Kale Salad, he sprung all these other mini accounts is what we're trying to do with the Broke Agent account as well. So he's done a great job building his media empire. And a lot of people, I saw so many agents like trying to farm in the comments, trying to say something funny, like imagine this happened in the final walkthrough. I saw Derek Gregory do that also. So highly recommend agents where there's like a viral video like this going in the comment section, trying to give your 2 cents or say something funny. So maybe you could pick up some follows.
Yeah, I
But
think it's
this video
also
was crazy. It got like 3 million views.
it's important to know though too, and like do your research that like nobody was hurt, right? Like you don't want to be making fun of a house sliding off, God forbid. So make sure you do your
Yeah.
research.
I had
Make
a
sure
lot
you
of
know.
questions when I saw it. I didn't know there was an article. I didn't even try to read
Yeah,
it.
thank God we sent you the article
Right.
yesterday. Thank God. Thank
Yeah.
God. All right. You didn't even read it. All right. Listen, if you have a crazy story, let us know in the comments here. Let us know your take and what you think of these sliding homes. You know the expression, they don't make them like they used to, right? You ever heard that one before, Eric?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah,
You know,
I
in
didn't
the
know it
kingdom
applied
of
to
the,
homes.
the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man rules. All right.
That's right.
Moving on. Article number 2. This is actually an incredible article here by Troy Palmquist. What is in your car? Building the ultimate real estate to go bag. This is a great article here on BAM. Troy did an incredible job. I don't know why there's a Corvette C8 here in the thumbnail, but regardless, Agent Essentials on the road. I know what Eric keeps in his car, but I'll let him. I'll let him get into that. Some of the major points here, or I guess typically what agents are carrying around, were toilet paper, cleaning towels. I think he means baby wipes. Work gloves to pull weeds. It's kind of a little insane.
This is what he has
Well,
in
it's
his bag.
realistic. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is what Troy has.
Right.
Work gloves to pull weeds. Painter's tape, zip ties. Smoke detector batteries, tape measure, and an extra smoke detector, carbon monoxide, in case an appraiser needs it. All right.
What's a Leatherman? He had that in there too.
It's a knife.
Oh, okay, got
Okay.
it.
So
I-
In case he has to
and
stab
I thought it
someone,
was-
but he did say, and I appreciate this, is like real estate is thinking through every possibility. So he has this entire bag, and there's something about the tape measure too. You know, in the few showings that I did in my life, if I ever had a tape measure, my clients absolutely loved it because they thought it was the most incredible thing that they could actually measure where their furniture and everything was going to go. So that was always helpful. But Dan, what do you have in your car?
I highly recommend a marble. Have y'all ever brought a marble to showings before? It is so funny. They instantly love
To see
it.
if the floor is level.
Yes.
If it's
Yeah.
gonna fall, if the second floor is gonna fall apart, yeah.
I was like, let's just see where it just it looks a little unlevel. I love it. I think it's so funny.
I've
Golf
I've
ball.
never heard of it called that, but that's a good idea. I was quoted in the article. I mean, listen, I can go grab my bag right now and show you guys what exactly is in my to-go bag. It is so insane. I carry my 60-degree wedge with me at all times, just in case I need to chip something. My Pepsid AC, baby wipes, usually some Skittles in case I get a little bit of a low blood sugar, gum, vapes, a pen, maybe pencil. I travel light. Ken, what about you? What do you keep in yours?
I've got the tape measure for sure. I've got a ton more lock boxes than I'll ever need because I hate having to run back to the office and grab more lock boxes. Hand sanitizer because people are gross and you go in these houses and you come out just not wanting to get sick. That's about it. I'm pretty light.
Marley, what about you?
Definitely. I always have toilet paper and paper towels. You never know. And your clients will love you if you have toilet paper. Baby wipes. I don't use hand sanitizer because I just use the baby wipes, so I guess it's gross. Protein bars, extra water. And I usually have an extra shirt or two, just you never know.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and some shoes because I usually put them back there anyways.
Eric's car is a legitimate walking CVS.
That's
Eric.
right. I had Listerine strips, floss, deodorant, notepads, baby wipes, Purell, and measuring tape. But I'm all about the hygiene. You got it. Like if you eat a protein bar, you need floss afterwards. You always have to have fresh breath when you're talking to clients, talking to anybody. So, and then of course, baby wipes is the number one thing because you could use them anywhere for anything.
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm actually this is real time. I'm going to show you guys what I carry with me. Here's my 60-degree wedge.
Why do you have that?
Don't worry about it. Here is the title to my car.
Just in case.
We need that too.
Here is a brush in case I need to clean something. Here is a pair of AirPods. Here is my dog's information. Don't know why it's in there.
This is the bag of a lunatic, people. If you are watching this is not a sane
I have a
person that
fake
we are
golf
watching
ball.
here.
So if somebody were to tee up a golf ball, it would explode in their face. It's baby powder.
Smart. Yeah.
This
You
is
never
what
know
you
when
keep
your
in your
clients
bag,
are going to
not what
whip
you
out
keep
their
in your
7
car.
grand.
I have my passport.
Oh, that's
Just in
really good to
case you
carry
have to,
around everywhere with you.
You never know. I have a business card, one, and then I also have I bet you no one has this. I have a toothpick from the dentist,
Ew.
not a flossing thing. One of the actual
That's
when
disgusting.
you get
Just loose. That is
Have
so disgusting.
sanitary.
That thing, should,
Why-
yeah,
why
that
not?
is horrific.
Why is that? And why is that disgusting? And then I have Pepsi.
Because it's just loose.
Why is it disgusting?
Should be in a bag or something like that.
It's so gross.
All right. Well, anyways, that's what I keep in my bag. So it says I'm
Nice.
Oh, I keep some Advil and an extra Adderall.
Yes, me too.
You never
All
know.
right, moving on. As we continue this episode, that is absolutely diabolical. This is
Devolved.
this will be deleted for sure. You will never see this ever in a million years. We are going to get into a more serious topic here, which is YouTube Shorts. And as the GOAT of YouTube and the GOAT of content, Eric and Ken here. Eric, I'm going to pass it to you, who will then for sure be passing this to Ken, because we all can learn from Ken with YouTube and YouTube Shorts. You do an incredible job, as we all know. So, Eric,
We'll do a little give and go, a little alley-oop here.
Yeah.
So there was this guy, Paddy Galloway, who did a Twitter thread about YouTube Shorts, and he broke it down. So I'll give the details here about what seems to be working. He said that shorts from 50 to 60 seconds get more views. So the longer the short, the more views, got more views than 30 seconds, 40 seconds, which kind of cuts in the face is what I thought YouTube Shorts would get, especially, Instagram Reels seems to be the shorter, the better. So that was interesting information. He said that long form still converts more for subscribers. So a lot of people were saying that shorts are like this hack where if you get a short that gets 10,000 views, you're going to pick up so many more subscribers. But if you get 10,000 views on a long form, you're going to get 22 subs on average. If you get 10,000 views on a short, you're going to get 16.9 subscribers. And then there's this viewed versus swiped away statistic, Ken, that I wanted to ask you about. It said 70-90% are the best shorts. Do you even know what that means? Viewed versus swiped away?
Yeah. If you're going through your feed, if you're sitting there, do you actually watch the whole thing, or are you continuing to go through? And so I'm sure there's some sort of algorithm. So for us, we're averaging a 70% watch, which based on Paddy's research is actually pretty decent. And we're seeing the same thing with subscribers as well. So in terms of, you're not getting a ton more, but I can put out a lot more shorts and then turn off. This is the one trick that I learned, because I didn't want to bug my subscribers on putting out 10 shorts a week, but you just turn off your notification to subscribers, and then you can just put them out and let them go. But it's been working for us.
So how many shorts do you put out?
I'm putting out one a day.
Okay. And is it broken down from your long form, or are you filming those separately?
It's both. I mean, it's the same stuff we're doing over on Reels for our IG, and they're typically 40 to 50 seconds long. So we're getting really good retention over on YouTube, and YouTube's all about retention. So the longer average view duration of these things, the better. So Paddy's stuff makes a lot of sense. He's a G, by the way. I don't know if you follow him before this article came out, but he's behind a ton of different really big YouTube channels.
Yeah, 750 million views. He's like a YouTube consultant guy, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Researcher.
Yep.
So when you title your shorts, are you being really particular with obviously how you word it? We're kind of just using podcast titles for our shorts, but I feel like we should be using something that's more clickable.
Yeah, I think so. The shorts work the same way that old school titles, SEO, description, tags, all of that stuff is still super important. So we do the same thing. We're not going to title it something that somebody wouldn't actually be searching. And so the ones that were what is $500,000 buy you in Orlando? That one got a ton of views. And I think, so 3,000-4,000 views on the shorts. And I got, 15-20 subs from that short, which was kind of eye-opening for me, because I had always thought to keep shorts completely different. When they first came out, everybody said it would screw with your average view duration. Don't use shorts. And now it seems like almost proven science. Most of these creators are doing both.
We we kind of use the same I guess as you, Eric, right? Where we're just using the content that we already have and we're turning it into a short. But our long form video will get 200 views, and then we'll have a random short that blows up with 30,000 views or 20, and that's probably peanuts to Ken. But it doesn't really translate to subscribers, as it doesn't really translate to leads. I feel like it's just people kind of mindlessly scrolling, or maybe it's even just Google just kind of pumping it. I'm not really sure, and I don't really know the rhyme or reason behind why the shorts do so well. So it's interesting to read this article and kind of get some tips from you, Ken, for sure.
This is kind of anecdotal, but I've been spending a lot more time on the app, and what I find is that the shorts are starting to introduce me to other creators I had never found before. And then I click on their account, and then I go watch their long form. So it's kind of almost if you can get caught up in someone's web, be creative and funny enough. You don't want to do 30-second laugh gags and then you're doing house tours on your channel. Like I think they need to
Yeah.
be very, very similar as almost like little snippets that introduce people like what is the channel going to be about in a very short form way, and then they can go deeper if they want.
So Ken, you're actually spending time on on the YouTube app or on YouTube, and you're actually scrolling through shorts.
Yeah.
Wow. So I've actually never, I swear I've never watched one YouTube short in my life. So
I
I feel like it was way more prevalent like 4 months ago. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm always on the YouTube app and I'm just seeing long form videos. I know there's like a short section, but I feel like I was fed shorts that were interpopulated or populated throughout those videos, and now I'm not seeing that as much anymore. Do you think they're kind of shying away from them a little bit when they're realizing that maybe this isn't hitting as much as they thought it would?
Yeah, so I've noticed sort of a change. So the desktop version, I'm seeing a lot more shorts, like where you'll see like a break in all of the videos where it's like watch
Right.
these 10 shorts, and I'm seeing a lot less on the app. So I think they're probably just testing at this point what's going to get the best traction.
Yeah.
Ken, are you sorry to keep peppering you here with questions here. This is like our first date, but are you actually, so do you have VAs that or media team, right? Like, are you controlling the shorts? Because what I'm doing is I just have my VA Megan. She's just taking our content, chopping it up, and kind of just posting it. So I have no control. I don't even know what's going on my channel, but I know that there's content being posted. I know that it's getting views, right? Do you have like a say in that? Like, are you helping with the thumb and the titles, all those things?
Yeah, so for one, Thumb just came over to Shorts, so not everybody even has access to it to where you can add a thumbnail on your Shorts. But that's like the last thing that I'm still doing myself, and I don't know if I'm going to get rid of, is posting my videos, both long form and short, over on YouTube, because there's a little bit of skill there.
And that's you personally, like you're typing out that you're doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Ken's really so fast at it now. Like, how long does that take you? Because it takes me like 2 hours.
To post a short?
No, just post a regular YouTube.
Oh yeah, within like 15 minutes or something like that.
Wow. I mean, but that's really interesting because I mean, how much volume, how many people you have working for you, and you're still like, is that because you need control? Are you like control freak, or it's just because you know exactly what's going to hit and you've done such a good job with it?
Or
Yeah,
is
I
it
just want to.
like just you love it?
Yeah, I think that's so. I had to figure out my ideal job description, and that's like shooting content and recruiting. And then I just still enjoy it. Like I haven't hired anybody else that's as good at YouTube as me, and so we're bringing somebody else along to try to like teach them. Eventually, I would love to get rid of it, but until now, it's our biggest source of leads, and I don't want to screw that up. So I'm just going to continue to do it. I like it though. It's for me, it's fun.
It's crazy how important the copy is with YouTube and the thumbnail. When you could film the best podcast episode of all time, but you could lose 90% of your viewership just because you word it terribly, or it's just not a clickable title. Like we've had so many overasked podcasts with great guests that get a third of the views of some that just have like a better title that are more clickable. So that's such an art form that agents really need to learn if they want to grow their YouTube channel, is how to do it. So if anyone's watching this, go to Ken Pozek's YouTube channel and check out all of his titles and try to replicate those for your local market. That's what I would do.
And Ken, you said you're trying to find somebody that, you know, is as good as you. You're never going to find somebody that's as good as you. You're one of one. Like I don't think there's another agent on planet Earth that is utilizing YouTube the way that you are to convert the amount of leads that you are. Can I share the number that you texted Eric and I in the group the other day that you were upset about almost in a way? This guy texts me and Eric and goes, "Hey Dan, I did 4 million in revenue in the first, 3 months of the year. I'm feeling a little bit off right now. Do you feel the same, buddy? 4 million in revenue and you're feeling off?"
It was 3 million in the first 4 months, but yeah, it was more so like I'm nervous. Like I was just saying, like it just feel like we're having a better first quarter and second quarter than we did last year, which was remarkable. And you just never know. Like we're in such a weird time right now. I'm waiting for something to like, you know, somebody to knock on the door and say, "Oh, all this is over," you know, kind of thing.
You're going to jail.
He's posting his shorts from a prison cell. But if you want to learn more, yeah, that would. If you want to learn more, I mean, Eric, we're going to be in Naples, Florida this week. We're going to be talking YouTube. We're going to be talking social audits. We're going to be golfing. Even if you're not a golfer, still come. You want to give a little insight into what we're going to be doing?
Yeah, we're
Ken,
doing
I'm gonna be in your cart the entire time, just asking you about YouTube. So.
We're all just in Ken's cart.
Yeah.
So Ken's going to talk about how to build an agent YouTube channel. Dan and I are going to be doing Instagram audits at a deep dive. Byron is going to be doing agent tactics, all things marketing. And Bobby, the lead producer, is going to be teaching agents how to edit content and do captions. It's going to be an incredible mastermind. This is May 5th in Naples. And then we get to golf also. We're playing at the Ritz at the Tiburon. So there's a link down in the description. It's on Cinco de Mayo. It's next Friday. And there's like a couple spots left. So click that now. It will be epic.
Hell yeah. And we have the Kentucky Derby. We're going to be at the Ritz. We got Islanders playoff. We got playoff hockey,
It's gonna be
basketball. There's so
it's gonna be a
much good
fun
stuff
weekend.
going on. I'm very excited for it. All right. So before we get into our marketer of the week, we did want to educate a little bit here. So there was a really good article that Tom Toole had written. This is a little bit of a surprise maybe for you three here, but I'm throwing it in because I am the host. It is essentially Tom Toole. Obviously, we all know him. We don't have to pump his tires, but it's just about getting listings and some of the tactics that we could all do to focus on generating more business and more listings, because listings are the name of the game. So right now, I mean, we just went over Ken's numbers. I think my team's at like 1.5, but we're in a really good time in our market because it's springtime. This is notoriously the busiest that we've been. Marley,
Yep.
you probably didn't read this one, but what are you and your team doing right now to generate more listings, more business?
A lot of our social is all seller like forward. But our team also door knocks. We just went on a listing appointment yesterday by door knocking, just saying, hey, we just sold this house. So door knocking, we circle dial, we write letters. And then we also do Google PPCs and stuff like that too. But most of it is, hey, like if we go on an agent preview or something, we'll stop by a few of the houses and say, hey, we just did this agent preview. Did you see it? It's Kevin from Tom Ferry's script, basically. It's like, while I go and find this buyer for this home, if they decide they love the neighborhood, but they don't like the lot or the layout or something like that, but they like your house, would you be open to, I don't know, that house is being sold at 1.2. Would you be a seller at 1.3? So we use that script. But we're a lot of like boots on the ground. We door knock all the time. It's just like intentional door knocking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have a giveaway or like a leave behind on any of those, that when you're door knocking around other agent previews and that sort of thing?
Do we have a what?
Like a leave behind, or like do you get their contact information, or like how are you doing? Like, are you building a list?
I typically try to get their phone number from them, and it's pretty easy because like I'm just like, hey, like let's just stay in touch. What's your phone number? And then I just go, okay, it's 843. I'm like, all right, sick.
She leaves a thing of baby wipes behind her.
There's 60-degree wedge.
That's actually a vape.
But yeah, so we'll have our business. It just depends on what we are doing. So we'll have a business card. We also do Post-it notes saying like, give me a call about your house, and then just write our information. So they think that there might be something wrong with their house, which is a great one to do.
Yeah.
Sold, stuff like that. Or, I have a buyer letters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was telling you guys before we hopped on that I'm a little bit stressed out because I have 5 or 6 listings coming out next week, and we have
Casual
Naples. But what I've been doing, like, not even just the team, like it's my past clients, so I kind of have to deal with it, right? But what I've been doing that's really been working, and this is like so simple, is just scrolling through my contact list like every single day and just calling 5 to 10 people. I think I'm at like J right now, and I have 2,000 contacts, which really is 2,000 leads in theory. And I'm just calling them and asking them how they're doing, right? Like, how's North Carolina? How's work? How's whatever? Just a I was thinking about you. And the natural response back, I don't know why Eric's laughing. The natural response back is, how's the market? How's work by you? And what this has done, though, is I've stayed front of mind. And now people are thinking of me. So when they're at the gas station, I can't take Eric smiling right now.
I'm just smiling, man. I'm just listening.
Happy dude.
For example, I got a listing yesterday, 2 days ago. I called somebody and they happened to run into their neighbor at a gas station. The neighbor told them they were moving down to South Carolina, Somerville. And the person said, you should call my guy, Dan Oneil. And then he actually went so far as to call the guy the next day again to remind him to call me. And that's how I got the listing. So, Ken, are you doing thing?
Who did that?
Eric just left.
He's like,
oh, God.
Just left. Peace out.
We don't need him. He's out. He's not getting listings anyway. Ken, what are some of the things that you're doing? Circle dialing, open houses, distressed properties, doing all those things?
Yeah. So we with the first 2 weeks of April, we went on 22 listing appointments, and they were from everywhere, mostly our past clients in Sphere or referrals from them. And so we have been really intentional with our newsletter, and then also just having our agents reach back out like, hey, I know you bought 3-4 years ago. Just wanted to give an update of what's going on. I'm not sure if you have any thoughts of moving this year. And that's pretty much the majority of what we're doing. Agent referrals are killing for us right now. Those are our top 2 sources for listings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one script that's really worked for us too is essentially calling people off of past sales. So whether it's your own past sale or somebody else's, and just calling and saying, hey, I'm calling on behalf of my buyer who absolutely loves your home. My buyer asked me to call you. Have you had any thoughts of selling? They're going to say no, because of course they are. And then you kind of take the, the pressure off them, and you say, well, have you heard anybody, in your neighborhood that might be interested in selling, or any rumors of anybody moving? And they immediately throw somebody under the bus because they want you off the phone right away. So they go, oh, actually, Johnny over at number 13, I think he might be moving to Florida in the next couple of years. Maybe give him a call. Here's his number. And then boom, there you go.
Mhm.
So they just want to get you off the phone immediately. And you take that pressure off by saying, hey, I'm calling on behalf of my buyer who asked me to, because they loved your home. They loved your neighborhood. And that's really been working for us too.
Mhm.
Some actionable items.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Open houses have been really well too. And then asking people, where do you live, and end up saying that doing a home equity review for them. So, a lot of times they're in the neighborhood. And so, what is your house like compared to this? Like, what's your kitchen like? What's the layout like? And then I'm like, do you mind if I come over and do a home equity review? Have you ever heard of what that is before? And they're like, no, what is it? And we always get that home equity review appointment that usually ends up being a listing in the next year.
I feel like people in Charleston, though, are also like so friendly just in South Carolina in general. Like if I were to go up to somebody's door and do that here, they'd probably bash me over the head with a bottle of wine.
With a 60
I
degree
mean,
wedge.
inside of the open house, we also do it. But you have to know that we are an army of short blonde girls. So we look like
People are more receptive to that.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever drop off expired listing packages?
Oh, yeah.
That was what I used to do. Is I used to have like these 40-page like incredible expired listing packages for my bosses, and just drive around, door knock, pray that no one would answer, and literally just like huck it over the wall as if that would ever do something, like a grenade. Like they were going to just pick that up and call me. It literally never worked. And then my bosses would say, go back to the house, go back to the house. So I would literally like basically camp outside of these houses, keep going back like every couple hours to see if the seller was home. And then occasionally, not every couple hours, I completely made that up. I think I did that once. Once I literally like staked out a house. I sat in my car for maybe, actually, this is not an exaggeration, 6 hours, because they really wanted this $3 million listing in Santa Monica. And they're like, and he was Australian. I'm not gonna do the accent, but he was like, go there at 8 a.m., try to catch them before they leave for work. I'm like, 8 a.m., that's absolutely insane. So I door knock 8 a.m. and then they're like, come back at lunch, and then come back at 4 or 5. So I was there all day just door knocking the same house.
Did they get the listing?
No.
Oh.
No, they never answered. So what's that?
I said, you're just sitting in your Audi like this for 6 hours, like waiting for them to come
I
home.
would no wonder why you're not in sales anymore,
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it was persistence.
I did knock expired listings when I had no idea what I was doing, and I ended up getting like, wow, you know a lot about my house. I'm like, yep, I have it on my notepad right here.
Yeah. Imagine also not knowing anything about the house and doing that at the same time. And then sometimes they would have me try to drop off flowers. So I was like, okay, if you're not going to drop off an expired listing package, come back a couple of days later, drop off flowers.
Can I give you
those flowers over the wall like a grenade?
Yeah, exactly. Just throw it through their window.
like a wedding, somebody's catching a bouquet.
Can I give you an expired strategy that actually worked for me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so we used to print off the MLS forms, and we would circle with a red marker all just random shit on the MLS form, and then at the top I would say, I know why your house didn't sell, call me, with our card. And we got calls it was just labor intensive, and then expireds disappeared, but we were getting a ton of listings that way.
That's great. That's like, I know what you did last summer. It's
Correct.
like just putting a very vague, scary remark in red on their door. I like that. That's genius.
The strategy that we did that worked for a little while was we were pretending to do a case study. So we would call expired listings and say, hey, we're just doing a case study to find out why homes that were on the market didn't sell in this banana lands market. What was the number one reason that you felt, your home didn't sell for? And they would either say like, oh, my agent sucked, or, whatever. And then we kind of got into the conversation that way. And we actually had a pretty high success rate from it. I'm a little disappointed that we got away from it, but.
Are you guys seeing expireds in your market again, Marley? Dan?
Yeah, we have a ton. We have this one brokerage that it is a 50-50 shot if you list with them that they actually sell. So we have a shit ton.
Wow. See, here, they don't even exist anymore because we only have a 2-month supply of inventory. So if your home expires, like there's either a dead body in the walls or it's sliding down and the cliff in Utah. Like there's a
or it's Brooks Landry's listing.
Well, we have a month worth of inventory, and the median days on market's 4 days, and they're still expired. So
everyone also has their own niche, right? Like I love for sale by owners. I have such a higher success rate with for sale by owners than I do with expireds. And I also, I might get in trouble for saying this, but I also like dealing with for sale by owner more than expireds, right? Because most of the time expired people, they're coming off of a horrible experience with an agent because they didn't communicate or they overpriced their home. So sometimes they can be a little hostile. I've certainly hucked a couple of CMAs over some walls like Eric did, so I can't even trip him on that. But everybody has their niche, right? And I think it's just, the more conversations, the more what?
You just have one of those T-shirt launchers, like at a Magic game, and you're just shooting bouquets of flowers and expired listing packages over people's doors.
It's actually not a bad idea. I wonder how much those are. You just the Islanders, what they've been doing is instead of like the cannons now, they have them like just coming through the rafters and like these little nice little nets. So you just imagine you fly over like a Goodyear blimp and just drop them down into people's backyard.
But people go nuts. Everyone gets like possessed when there's like a little mini blimp in the basketball stadium, just dropping like a $15 discount. Everyone's just looking up like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
I saw somebody get their head blown off with the T-shirt gun last week. This guy literally got smoked from like 5 feet away. Just got hit in the back of the head with an extra large Islanders T-shirt. Oh God, this episode will never see the light of day. All right, moving on. Eric, we want to highlight a marketer. The good news is we did get in touch with Tony B. For those that have been following for a few weeks, for a few months now, we had a conversation with him. I have been persistently calling him, and we finally got him on the horn. So
something's coming. Dan and I spoke to Tony B on the phone. Keep in mind, Tony B, before the walkthrough aired, 2,000 followers. Tony B now, 15,000 followers. Now, is that all because of us? Of course not, but he has absolutely blown up. This is the Long Island realtor. He'll be on soon, guys.
Nope, I'm the Long Island guy. He's the Staten Island guy.
Staten Island, that's what I mean. That's right.
But
so before we get into Marketer of the Week, I do want to get into Marketing Pro. So if you are interested in taking your marketing game from rookie to rockstar, look no further than Jason Pantana's Marketing Pro. We are true believers that marketing can make or break your brand and business. Become a marketing pro by purchasing one or all of his 3 modules. Cracking the social code, Google Business Boss, and Inbox Hero. Our listeners will also get a 10% discount by using code BAMPRO at checkout. Visit tomferry.com/MPB to learn more. There's also a link in the description. Dan has taken all of these courses. He loves them.
That's my coach, Jason.
That's right. Jason Pantana, the legend.
The legend.
Great ad read, by the way, Eric. That was incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if you've taken those courses, but they're great.
Carried this episode for me for sure. So I got to give you, if this was a part of my take or around the horn, you got 50 points. I'm at negative 75. Marley's at.
Nah, you're doing a great job.
Marley's at 3. Ken's at plus 200, as always. I want to be caddying for Ken this week. Just learn. Hey, what are you using? 8-iron? Hey, by the way, on your YouTube shorts. So our marketer of the week, though, we did want to highlight one of our good friends. He is consistent with his content. He's not a viral guy or girl, I would say, but he is consistent. He has incredible names for his videos. He provides incredible value. He does listing videos. He does local market and local area videos. So we really wanted to highlight our boy, Ben Fisher, on the show this week.
Here's his first video.
Throw this video throw this episode of the goddamn garbage, man. I'm fucking done. Oh.
Right, now press play immediately. There we go.
We're here off of 7th Street in Studebaker on the entrance to the freeway. This may be one of the most important So Now You Knows we've ever filmed. They just passed AF 123, which means that this is about to be an urban development. They're going to start auctioning off the 20 by 20 parcels at $10,000 a parcel. They already have pre-approved plans already drafted by the city, making this the newest $1 million neighborhood in 90803. So now you know.
All right, so
Ben,
great intro music, great hook. He calls those So Now You Know. He just highlights local businesses, little developments like that. He actually goes to the development and shows you and talks about it. I just think his videos are so quick hitting and brilliant the way he formats all of his content. So here's another one by Ben. If anyone has any other points, let me know.
Love the stash.
didn't realize it doesn't have a pool. You gotta be kidding me.
Why do you act so surprised? It takes longer to get off probation at Starbucks than it does to become a realtor. Here we go again.
What the hell are you?
The name's Benji. I'm your inner thoughts.
You're my inner thoughts? Wait. Okay, so how does this work?
So basically, he has this doll, Benji. That's the lookalike Ben Fisher. And it's the inner thoughts of a realtor, which is a funny way to go about it. And then, yeah, he's got these where's where videos too, where he also highlights local places, but he's not interviewing local restaurant owners. He's just going from place to place, and he's always walking. It's always movement. So I just think his video is really well done. So go check out the Ben Fisher.
Do we think that he got the puppet before he became a realtor, or is this like a thing that we can do
I
now?
think that was probably like his past. It was like that job you have until you make it, you know?
Right.
Yeah, he was a ventriloquist, is what you're saying? No, he got that doll for these videos, I suppose.
It's like the new caricature.
Yeah.
Ben does an incredible job, though. He's consistent. His videos are catchy. Ben is a person to follow for content, and he really started those like town tours, I think, back in the day. We love Ben, and I love his mustache, and he's the man. So
yeah, Haley, I think we might have one more too, where he does these where's where videos.
the where's where's are incredible.
Yep.
Come on.
Here's one.
Welcome to the Rancho Rundown. I'm Ben Fisher, and today we're at 3159 Roxanne Avenue. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,130 square foot Cliff May Rancho. We have listed at $1,299,000. Let's go take a look. So when we picked this house up for our investors, it needed complete reimagining. It still had the old original pony wall. It didn't look anything like this. All the way down to the plumbing underneath the slab has been rebuilt and refinished. The birch custom cabinetry was a nice nod to the past, making sure that you're still respectful of what this house was, even though it's a modernized version of what it used to be. There's a lot of intricate touches here, and everything has been thought out meticulously by our team.
All right, you get it. So, he calls it the Rancho Rundown. He's got clever names for everything. He's got good music. He's, constant motion.
You know what I like as a consumer, I was watching that and thinking is like, I want to work with Ben, right? Like he's not coming off like a salesman, right? He's like just spitting out objective facts. Like he's very calm, cool, collective. He's like, I mean, he's a former professional skateboarder. I know that because I'm friends with him, but he just seems like somebody you'd want to work with. He's not like trying too hard.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Oh, the dog.
Miles agrees also.
Oh, man. All right, listen. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Yeah. Anything, Ken,
Anything?
Marley? Any final thoughts?
Cinco de Mayo, Naples.
Cinco de Mayo, Naples.
Either.
We'll see you there. Link in the description.
All right, this episode will never see the light of day. Thank you guys so much for coming. I apologize for just being a bad host today. That's on me. I'm taking self-accountability. Ken, you're the man. I can't wait to learn from you. Eric, I'm excited to see you as always. And Marley, thank you for being here, participating, and for reading all of the articles and doing your research. We always appreciate it, as always.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank you, guys.